What is up, and welcome to the Uncontested Podcast, live from Las Vegas, Nevada, and the NBA Summer League. I am your host, Jacob Niffen. I've got JD Silva here.
Fella.
We've also got Nick Crane.
That's a different fellas than we're used to. I thought you were trying to brand yourself. You got to stay consistent.
That's showbiz, baby.
We are brought to you by the Blue Wire Podcast Network and DailyThunder.com. Just got back into our lovely hotel room after spending a really long time at the Thomas and Mack Center. We actually dipped out a little bit early. Did not stay for Pelicans versus, who are they playing tonight?
Blazers.
Pelicans Blazers. Dyson Daniels rolled an ankle. Shaden Sharp's torn his labrum. Not really a lot of people to watch there.
Sounds like a stinker.
We got out of there after the Oklahoma City Thunder finished losing to the Houston Rockets. I did not prep, so I don't have the final score in front of my face right now. 85-84?
Something along those lines. I think
87-88-90.
Ooh.
88-90.
You rough.
So, gentlemen, before we dive into this post-game podcast of what we saw from the Oklahoma City Thunder, our first time seeing these guys live, we all had a really good view of these guys. Takeaways from today in Vegas at Thomas and Mack, everything we saw. We saw Orlando versus Sacramento. We saw Detroit versus
Washington.
Oklahoma City versus Houston. Just some big takeaways, Nick.
This is a takeaway that is culminated from two different games today. Rockets fans have to be sick to their stomach knowing they could have had Paolo at 3 and things changed last minute.
Yeah.
So, just for context, things changed for us last minute. Was Orlando going to take Paolo along? We don't really know.
It's a good question. I mean,
Rockets fans had the rug pulled on them.
I mean, it wasn't even just like Rockets fans or like NBA Twitter that had, the 1, 2, 3 the way it was leading up. Like it was like Woj was tweeting the morning of.
Yeah.
Like maybe there was some smoke screens and maybe Orlando did a good job of keeping it out, but they fooled everybody if that was the case.
Yeah. If I'm if I'm Jeff Weltman, I'm definitely telling everyone that it was Paolo all along. Make me look like a genius.
I don't think it was Paolo all along.
Yeah. I don't think it was either.
Regardless, your point is Rockets picked 3 and it looks like they got the worst of the 3. Actually, when you look at the top 5, Jabari's kind of looked the worst out of all 5 of them.
As of today, what is it, July 9th?
Yeah, this isn't. That's not a statement on projection and what they potential and what they can become. But when we just look at what they've done in NBA Summer League, Paulo's been the worst. Or sorry, not Paulo. I'm sorry, Jabari's been the worst.
Yes,
Jabari's been the worst.
Paulo's been the best.
Yeah, a big thing is like if Paolo and Chet did not have efficient scoring nights, but they showed what else they can do if their shot's not falling. Paolo, much better passer than I thought. Did you know he was that good of a passer, Nick?
I was really impressed with his passing in college. So the passing has not shocked me, but the way it's translated has been super impressive. Like there's a lot of guys that good passers, good shooters, like Jabari Smith to this point, he was a 45% college 3-point shooter. I don't know his statistics now. It's nowhere near that through 2 games.
No.
So the passing, I knew it was there, but it's been impressive how it's translated so seamlessly.
Yeah, his passing's been awesome. Silva, biggest takeaway for you today from Summer League?
The biggest thing is how physically dominant, like how physically large and dominant a lot of these top picks are. Paolo just towers over everybody. He's huge. I don't know who's going to, like, what archetype of player is going to guard Paolo.
Nobody.
It's interesting. It really is. I mean, teams are going to try a whole bunch of different stuff. They're going to try centers on Paulo. They're going to try big wings on Paulo. It's just going to be fascinating, and he's going to punish switches. I think we've already seen that.
His defense, that's, I guess if we're talking about big takeaways, he's defending a lot of G Leaguers and guys that won't be on rosters this year. But what we've seen so far is the defense may not be as big of a concern as we thought it could be.
Maybe my biggest takeaway was, even though we started slow, I thought Keegan Murray was really good.
I agree.
I was really impressed.
I'm looking up his line right now just to give him full credit. He forced the first overtime, didn't he?
Yeah, hit that
Yeah.
head fake. 2 guys flew by and hit that 3. I thought Keegan played really well tonight.
Keegan Murray, 5 of 11, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists.
Solid.
Yeah,
Solid.
really good. Like, it was nothing crazy sexy that jumped off the page at you. It was just a solid role-playing basketball guy. And you can see why he's going to contribute in Sacramento early.
Do you think, this is a broad question, so the top 7 picks, do we see any of them moving forward?
I think Chet plays one more.
I hope he plays one more.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're not going to see.
Jabari will play. Paulo won't.
Paulo's not going to play. Sharp's not going to play.
Ivy's not going to play.
Ivy's not going to play.
That sucks.
Like,
It does
Chet, Jabari, Keegan, Matherin seem to be the only guys that are like near the top that we could have a chance to see.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think Jabari needs the reps.
He does.
Agreed.
Paolo has shown everything you need to see at this point. He doesn't need to play anymore.
Yeah, and he rolled his ankle, so I don't think he's going to play. Let's move into this Thunder game, guys. We kind of talked to takeaways from Summer League today, but the thing people are here for, the meat and potatoes. Oklahoma City takes on the Houston Rockets. They lose 90-88. Josh Giddey had a look at the rim on a layup at the buzzer and just short-armed it to force overtime. Would have been our second overtime game of the day. He did not get it to go. First off, we're going to attack this from a lot of different angles, but I know we just did Summer League takeaways, but we're going to do Thunder takeaways now. One thing that you leave this Thunder Rockets game thinking, what is it?
J-Dub, a week before the draft, and even draft night, was a reach to go in the lottery. After what we saw tonight, maybe he was a steal where he went in the lottery.
He has impressed me so much, and
It's been really good.
really, really
Both
good.
ends.
His defense has been the thing that's popped off the page.
They started him on Jabari Smith Jr. We did a podcast in the Wynn Studios of Blue Wire yesterday and talked about how Chet and Paulo would be the main matchup because they're the quote unquote centers on their team. The Thunder came out, and in the first set, it was J-Dub guarding Jabari, and he was freaking tremendous.
The Jabari special that Houston Rockets fans are salivating over, where he catches it on the elbow, squares up, and has the unblockable shot.
Got blocked.
We
talked about this on the show yesterday. It's unblockable, but Chet is probably the guy that's going to be able to get it. J-Dub.
It was he has so much more sneaky explosiveness than I thought on defense.
We talked about, on both ends. We talked about it yesterday on the pod, or maybe 2 days ago on the pod. Is that when he dunks, or maybe it was just conversation watching the game. When he dunks, he gets off the ground and to the rim so quick. And I think defensively, same way. When he jumps to block a shot, he gets elevated so quickly that he can alter and or block.
And the arms are so long.
Super long. He was asked about that, and he gave some cheesy answer. He was asked about his explosiveness jumping. He said, "I want to get up and down as fast as I can so I can get back on defense."
That's a textbook answer. Random thought I had. Chances he starts for the Thunder.
He will start games because there will be injuries. What would you put the over-under at, Jacob?
Like when everyone's healthy?
No. Like when the Thunder finish the season and 82 games have gone by, how many starts has he logged?
15.
I was going to say 20.
I think as the season goes on, it's going to be hard to not give him starter minutes. I think he's going to play a lot of minutes. It's going to be hard to not start him.
I think they have to start somebody big, like physically strong next to Chet, someone with some weight.
Yeah.
And that's not Darius Baisley, who was courtside tonight.
Yep.
I
got a 2-part question for you.
I'm ready.
So the first part of the question is, which of these 2 players are you higher on today? The second part of the question is, which of these 2 players are higher in the lineup hierarchy at the end of the season?
Okay.
And the 2 players are Trey Man and J-Dub.
I knew you were going to.
God, I knew you were going to ask that. That's such a hard question. Jacob, you go first.
It's hard right now because I think we're low on Trey because of recency bias.
Recency bias, especially with J-Dub. J-Dub has more physical tools. He does. Trey Man, I think, has a more, even though he didn't show it the past 2 Summer League games, we know he has an elite NBA level skill, which is separation. It's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out.
Something about him in Summer League, it's like kryptonite.
Yeah.
He's never been good in Summer League.
Maybe he'll break out of the slump on Monday. I hope so. J-Dub's line tonight, he played 28 minutes, had 14 points. Sorry, I'm looking at Josh Giddey. He played 28 minutes, had 15 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, and a block. Shot 58% from the field. The block was on that turnaround Jabari jumper. Besides that, his arms are just everywhere. The knock for him coming out of college was the defense. I think he's been really good defensively in Summer League so far. In college, he played a lot of on-ball. All of his damage tonight was off-ball. Was off of spot-ups, was off of cuts, was off of putbacks. Mm-hmm. Just makes his impact felt in every single spot and crevice of the game.
So, are you going to answer the question?
God, Nick.
You always try to talk your way out of it.
I'll go Trey Man for now.
You know what? I'm all in. J-Dub is going to be a fan favorite. He's already a JD Silva favorite.
J-Dub and JD.
Jeez.
I overheard the Thunder's Summer League coach. What is his name again? So I don't get it.
Woods.
I overheard him call JRE J-Rob. So does that mean there's a J-Rob, J-Will, and J-Dub?
That's what the team calls him, J-Rob. So there's a lot of J's.
A lot of J's.
Michael Cage even said J-Lo today. So
yeah, we asked him, how are you going to handle J-Will and J-Dub, or Jalen Williams and Jalen Williams? He said J-Will, J-Lo, J-Dub.
It's like J-Lo is not one of the options, dude.
Hey, I'd watch if she played basketball.
Jeez.
For the Thunder.
She'd be the oldest player on the roster by a mile.
Yeah. Veteran leadership, baby.
It's true.
I'd rather have Shakira.
Okay, so Nick, you said the one thing you take away from this game is J-Dub, and he's freaking awesome. He's going to average like 20 minutes a game this year.
Should.
Silva, what's your big takeaway from this one?
My big takeaway is, even if Chet, similar to how I talked about Powell earlier, if Chet's shot is not falling, he can still impact the game so much. And I think this would be a good time for us to talk about the amount of layups Houston did not attempt just because Chet was in the paint.
The second half, you and I were sitting 8 rows up tonight. I mentioned this to you in the third quarter, and then we started kind of tracking it. In the second half, when Chet was on the floor, I think Houston took 2 shots at the rim.
And I think they only made 1.
Yeah, I vividly remember a Josh Christopher drive and attempt at a finish with about 4 minutes left. But that's the impact of Chet. Like, he had a lot of blocks. He got robbed of one. The goaltend wasn't a goaltend. It was clean. He wanted them to challenge it. Cameron Woods decided not to. But, I mean, go back and watch the film. The Rockets drive in. They get past the initial line of defense. They drive in. They get to the rim. And then they swing to the opposite corner. And the Thunder rotate. And then the Rockets drive in. And then they swing to the other corner because they don't even want to try him.
Especially when he's playing volleyball with their shots. Like, those weren't just like blocks, like tip blocks. He was spanking it off the glass.
Like, he had one where he just went vertical and just ate the shit out of it.
I mean, the goaltend, like you just mentioned, but there was the other one that was like beating it off the glass. We're gonna have to make T-shirts of him playing volleyball. Or like that is nuts.
Didn't they almost try to give him a T?
They did give him a T. Oh, and then they took
it
it
was
back.
rescinded.
Yeah, after everyone booed the
It
ref.
was there was a foul and they just kind of floated it up and he jumped up because a lot happens all the time in the NBA. A guy takes a shot, player will goaltend it because it doesn't matter. You take them out of their rhythm. You don't want to let them see a shot go in. But when he did it, he slammed it on the ground and it went up in the air. And then they gave him a tech and then he talked to the lady ref and she goes, my bad, no tech.
Yeah, after we all booed her.
Maybe he's got some charm to him.
Maybe. He got dunked on.
He did get dunked on and he doesn't care.
Doesn't care at all. I'm glad he went up for that.
Friend of the pod, Derek Murray. I guess we can plug here. Derek will be with us in the Win studio, the Blue Wire studio, Monday, 3 p.m. Central Time. As soon as Chet got dunked on, which he did get dunked on. He was contesting from behind.
He wasn't a poster.
Yes, but he got dunked on.
He did.
And I thought Derek said it perfectly. He said, I'm taking the guy that's going to jump 10 times out of 10 versus the guy that makes the business decision. I want the guy that wants the smoke. I want the guy that's going to jump with him.
Totally.
And a bunch of people around Silva and I were like, oh, he got dunked on. Oh. And I just sat there and I was like, you know what? The next time they go in, he ain't shying away. He's going at it again. And the start of that second half, Nick, you said it. He beat their shit.
He did. He in his post-game presser, he said, he was down on himself. He said, I didn't come out in the first half with the intensity I needed to on the defensive end and protect the paint. He said I came out in the second half and thought I did better, and he did. And tonight was a little different. We saw a little bit of an additional bag on his defensive end. A lot of his blocks recently have been the guy he's defending shoots the ball and he blocks it. Tonight, especially that Tari Easton one off the glass, that was a weak side. Tari Easton had no clue Chet was around. He was being guarded by somebody else, thought he had an open bang.
Yeah.
Like Chet jumped from the opposite side of the paint, like the opposite block.
That's what was awesome about J-Dub being on Jabari, because Chet could just very easily
just be the rim protector.
Be the rim protector, because Tari Eason, not a shooter at this point in his NBA career. So he can float off of that matchup all day.
After Chet just blocked the crap out of Tari.
Twice. He did Tari twice.
Yeah, there was a possession later where Tari was going to go in and instead like pulled up a little midi, and I was like, oh, bro, you can have that all day, every day.
Yes, no doubt.
He can. Tari Eason's been pretty impressive. We talked about he's like a bat out of hell. Crazy energy. I tweeted from the account tonight. He's going to play 10 minutes a game unless he can stop fouling. He had like 6 tonight.
I had 6 or 7 the first night too.
It's kind of like the play with fire type of thing, right? You played that crazy and that aggressive, you're going to foul a lot.
Side note, I was talking to Daniel Bell post game. He was keeping a tally. The second half of that game before had 47 fouls.
That's stupid.
I hate that.
That's my big takeaway. Summer League refs suck.
Yeah, it's been bad.
Horrific.
I think it's talking about fouls. I think it's really impressive that Chet had 4 blocks, 2 steals, and only one
foul. Yeah, that jumps off the page to me. That's just smart defense.
Smart kid. Very smart kid.
That's not I'm trying to block everything and fouling the piss out of people and getting a block here and there. That's I know what the hell I'm doing. His awareness defensively is just otherworldly. He switched a lot tonight, but he also plays drop on those screen and rolls. There's just nothing you can do. The ball handler can't come inside because Chet's going to block you.
Yep.
His arms are so damn long that there's no like slip pass to the roll man. It's
how many times tonight did you watch a play and think, man, Chet's too skinny?
None.
Exactly.
He took Jabari into the post.
He wanted to smoke with Jabari down there.
I was very impressed by that.
I want you guys to know that the way Chet is playing defense right now, this is directly God punishing me for all the shit I talked on Rudy Gobert.
Well, you didn't. You talked shit on his offense mostly, and then
that he can't defend over. He can't defend outside of 8 feet. Chet can, but a lot of the stuff that Rudy does, Chet does.
Totally,
a lot of it.
But you don't have Rudy's obviously a better post defender than Chet is at this point. But I'm okay trading that for the advantage Chet gives you on the perimeter.
What? It's a perimeter-based game,
right?
I want that.
Could Chet lead the league in blocks this year?
Oh yes,
yes.
Could Chet make a defensive team
this year?
This year?
Did Herb?
Are we getting crazy right now?
Herb didn't.
I don't think so.
I'm thinking better defender than Herb.
He's a better defender. I don't think he's going to crack all NBA first or second team.
But think
defense.
about Herb. He didn't get his real clout till late in the season.
That's true.
Like, you didn't hear a word about him until at least the halfway point.
I don't think Chet's going to play enough.
Gonna play enough?
Yeah, like minutes per game. I bet they rest him a lot.
I disagree.
That's okay.
I think they're running that dude till the wheels fall off.
Hey, I would love that.
You know
That's not what I want. That's what I think there's a chance.
You think he's gonna start, right?
Yeah, but I bet he plays like 28 to 30 minutes a game.
I would love to look up how many rookies have made an all defense game.
You think 20? You're surprised at 28 to 30 minutes a game?
No. I'm surprised you said that. You said he's not going to play much, and they said he's going to play almost 30 minutes a game.
Yeah, but I think he'll play like 60 games.
Yeah, it's plenty.
Okay.
Maybe we should a little bet on it.
Hey, we got preseason bets coming up.
Ooh.
We'll get it.
Okay.
Let's move on. We talked Chet and J-Dub. Giddey played tonight. I think we were all kind of skeptical that he would. I think we're really skeptical that he'll play Monday. He did play tonight, 28 minutes, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, 6 of 15 from the field, did not make a three, had 5 turnovers, really loose with it, playing in traffic a lot. But whenever he wanted to assert himself, he proved that he was the best player on the court. He had multiple drive, spin move finishes. Maybe my favorite play of the night was a Josh Giddey rip over Euro,
Disgusting.
and then goes up and hits a wraparound pass to Chet for the dunk. That's stupid.
Disgusting.
I also kind of think I'm not worried about his shooting percentage. I kind of think he's just trying stuff. Like, he tried to sidestep 3. He's not going to take many of those in the NBA.
The shot still worries me.
Me too.
Yeah. Shot worries me. The glass half full says he's 5 months younger than Chet. He's got a ton of time to become a better shooter.
No doubt.
Is it guaranteed to happen? Hell no. But you trust the development, right?
The confidence and the mentality is there.
Anything else about Giddey? I don't know if there's a ton to talk about Josh. Josh is Josh. He's awesome. He's way overqualified for summer league, and I don't think he's going to play again.
Nope.
I love that he has played.
Yeah, I think he had to beg to even be out there tonight.
I think he went on ESPN and said, "I want to hoop." Yeah. I don't think he'll play again. Poku, not even on the bench, sitting over on the court.
Well, I think Poku and Giddey were supposed to be over there sitting on the
yeah.
And then Josh just begged his way out.
All right, let's enter the tin hat conspiracy theory portion of the podcast. Okay. What do we read into Shea not being there, but Lou, Teo, Baisley, and Poku being over there?
I want to see if he's got anything posted on Instagram. He doesn't. I wonder if he's just chilling in Canada.
I wonder if he's still in Canada.
He might be.
Summer league's important, but so is seeing family, and he doesn't get to see family.
And he just played in Hamilton,
yeah,
which is his hometown.
Let's remember these are people, not just players you would buy their jerseys for.
Nick, are you telling me that 30-minute Woj Sam Presti conversation wasn't about trading Shea to the Toronto Raptors?
Is that the tinfoil you were getting at?
Oh, I don't know.
Do we think he's not coming at all? I mean, this was just game 1 in Vegas. I think there's a chance he shows up.
There's a chance he shows up.
I don't think guys really come to game 2, 3, 4 plus.
We'll see.
If he doesn't, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, there's nothing to read into.
No, but
don't freak out.
But people will read into it.
Oh, they're gonna say, "Oh, he posted an Instagram about the red and white Canada jerseys, and the Toronto Raptors are red and white. They're red and black." So,
whispers,
whatever. Who else do we need to talk about?
Usman?
We can talk about Usman. So Jalen Williams, J-Will, signed a contract today.
He did.
And then didn't play, got the bag and ran. That's a joke. He
did have a NBA was doing video sessions after, and they did the meme just like the Thunder already did. So it's catching on.
Nice. I like it. Okay, let's talk Usman. 22 minutes, 10.6 rebounds, 1 steal, 4 of 12 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3. I'll give you my Usman take. You ready?
Yes.
The kid plays scared. Maybe not scared. He plays very unaggressive.
He does, but tonight he broke out of his shell a little bit.
There was a couple plays, though, where there was an out-of-bounds play. I can't remember Was it right out of halftime?
It may have been.
Right out of a timeout. Beautiful setup. Usman on a curl, catches it downhill, gets to the rim, and tries to like finger roll it in and just smoked it. I'm like, man, I'm watching this kid out there. He is nearly as tall as Chet.
Yeah, he's 6'10".
Yeah, his hands on that play, his hands were above the rim the entire time.
Just dunked
Just
the
dunked
damn
it.
basketball.
Does he know how to dunk? Have we seen
Yeah,
him
because he dunked on a fast break tonight.
Oh, you're right. You did.
Hey, there was admit that I will admit that there was I was thinking it's gonna be a layup. He's not dunking it.
I thought the fast break he was going to try to lay it up and smoke it again. He needs to dunk the ball. He needs to play more aggressively.
Dunk the damn ball.
Dunk the damn ball. That's where I'm at with Usman.
But if coming into this game, we had him at a 9 on the scared of contact meter, he's only about a 7 now.
Yeah.
Because he in fact, he drove in and someone drew a charge on him, meaning he was at least going into someone's body.
Yeah.
Before he'd floated or fade away. And then he had a couple where he dribbled in and was banging off a guy and then made a layup. He had the third quarter, I think he had 3 in a row where he went in and scored.
He you can see the potential, especially just the size.
Yep.
Right? He'll get there. Or he won't, but he's got a long ass runway.
He'll be playing some blue minutes this year.
100%. I think he logs more time with the blue. If the Thunder don't blatantly tank at the end of the year, he logs more time with the blue than the Thunder.
And that's a great place for him to discover that physicality he's looking for.
Yeah. And Grant Gibbs will be great with him. Grant Gibbs is awesome. We kind of touched on him earlier. Trey Mann. Woof.
What was his final? He was 1 of 12.
What?
Heading into.
Was that bad?
It was that bad.
I got it right here. Maybe. There we go. He ended 1 of 13, 7.7%. He had 10 points because he took a lot of free throws, 4 rebounds, and assists, a steal.
Tough.
Team worst -14. Trey just struggled mightily. The jumper just wasn't there, and I felt like at times he was really forcing.
That is the risk reward of a guy that his calling card is isolation, get you a bucket.
100%.
And that's every player. Josh Christopher, Lou Will, Jamal Crawford, whoever it is.
Who's the kid that's playing for Brooklyn at Summer League here? Cam
Thomas.
Cam Thomas.
Same way. He had 31 points the first night on like 24 shots or something. Jaden Hardy in Dallas.
Yep.
Like those kind of guys, some nights they're going to look like
feast or famine.
The best player on the court.
There's streakiness in their DNA.
Yeah. And that's going to be Trey Mann.
Yep.
Not worried long term.
Yeah. Let's close with this guy because I feel like he maybe had the best night. That might be a stretch. He had a really good night.
Someone we haven't talked about yet had the best night?
I think he's top 3 of every performer on the court tonight.
Let it fly.
Who are we talking about?
I think I know.
He started.
Aaron Wiggins?
Aaron Wiggins.
He's been good, man.
He played really well.
He did play really, really well.
His final stat line for the night, he ended with 12 points.
He had 10 in the first half.
4 rebounds, a steal, a block, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3.
How many Thunder players had double-digit scoring?
A lot.
6 or 7?
Let's see here. Chet, Josh, J-Dub, Trey Mann, Aaron Wiggins, Usman Jang.
Is that 5 or 6?
6.
6, okay.
I thought Wiggins looked awesome. The stroke looks good. He's very confident. He'll drive to the basket. He just does a whole lot of little things. The block he had in transition, I forget, he got Josh Christopher, didn't he?
I think so.
I mean, he got freaking up on that one, just ate that shot. It was impressive. I think with Jay Will signing his contract today, when training camp gets around, there are 6 guys competing for 2 spots. And I think Wiggins is one of the 6 guys that's competing that could be a cut candidate.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to cut him if he plays like that.
Do you think they regret signing him to a full-time deal last year during the tankathon when they could have kept him on a two-way a little bit longer?
I think they would have signed him this summer anyways. I think the way the organization works, I think it's very, I don't know, right? I would assume it's very upfront. If you put in the work, if you prove it, we're going to give you this contract. and I think he met their criteria and their threshold, and so they rewarded him. And it's not what's the detriment to this? At the end of the day, if you get rid of him, he's
Small
making
money.
$2 million, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was awesome. I think he's going to make the 15-man rotation. I don't think he gets as many minutes as last year. There's too many mouths to feed on this team right now. But I think he's good.
I think he had a better game tonight than Poku had in Salt Lake City.
Totally agree.
I think he's already like, in my head, he learns a lot from Kenrich Williams during the season because I feel like he's already doing a lot of the stuff that Kenrich Williams does with driving, hitting really efficient, like fadeaway shots close to the rim that rarely ever miss. He's just really efficient. I like what he does out there.
He, Kenrich, and J-Dub kind of go in this like wing pool that are just like smart, good defender, high floor, uber efficient type of guys.
Gotta have him.
Every team looks for those guys.
Yeah, and JRE is just like a bigger version of that.
Yeah. You just know what you're getting out of JRE every single freaking game.
Yeah, he's like the definition of just solid.
Yeah, that's no other way to put it. Anything else from tonight, guys, before we log off? It is super late. We haven't even eaten yet. The grind never stops.
Quick question from chat.
Oh, yeah. Not one question. Hit any of the questions in the chat. We got to give the listeners some love. We had multiple people at Summer League come up today and say, hey, I love the podcast. Can I get a picture? Which was
super cool.
Overwhelming. It was
Super
awesome.
cool.
Tell me if my vision is wrong here. Unhandy Train says they were sitting right next to us for the OKC game.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hello, Unhandy
Well,
Train.
that's awesome. They also asked,
Appreciate it.
They also asked, could J-Dub make an all-rookie team?
Oh, I think there's a chance. I think he will get the requisite minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically a rookie that is a top 10 rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's a chance.
I agree.
I think he's going to be available at the. Does all rookie? Do they just do 5 players, or do they do by position?
I think it's just 5 players.
Okay.
Yeah. Another question from chat from Kamel. 2 questions. Why didn't Veet play tonight?
Veet didn't play. Jay Will didn't play. The new kid they signed, that's buddies with Shea, didn't play.
I think it's just they'll
get their chance.
This was the one game where they were going to throw out the big names for the marquee matchup.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see Kevin Kangu, and you're going to see
Veet and Shackelford and
Gaddy.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see how those guys.
And their next question is, why didn't Lindy play more? Same reason.
We'll see Lindy get more.
Surprised Lindy even played that much, to be frank.
Me too.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Nope.
That's all we got?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Hey, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the show live from Las Vegas. We really, really appreciate you. We will be back with you guys Monday.
Yes, sir.
Are we doing a Sunday night pod like normal?
TBD.
TBD on Sunday night.
Maybe we'll let the guys back home do it.
Yeah.
Give their thoughts, because it's been a bunch of us recently.
Yeah. Do some work, Taylor and Justin and Kamiar.
Put that baby to sleep early, Taylor.
Yeah. We'll be back with you guys Monday live from the Wynn studio here in Las Vegas, the awesome Blue Wire studio we recorded from yesterday. Derek Murray will be joining us, Thunder fans' favorite scout, Derek Murray. We ran into him today. He's awesome. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We know we recorded this one late, so those of you who were in the stream, we appreciate you. We'll be back with you guys soon. Keep enjoying Summer League. Have a great Sunday. We'll chat soon. Until then, and as always, Thunder up.